I have a channeled message surrounding intimacy or sex. And this is a little spicy, but I'm reminded of the TV show Game of Thrones. And if you remember in the beginning of Khaleesi literally being sold off to Count Drogo, and it was almost as if that may have been her first sexual encounter, because, well, first and foremost, like, it was against her will, so that's just neither here nor there. But what I mean is, when she started to finally have intimacy with him, like outside of the or let me just grab and take you, she had to learn how to show up in the bedroom, and had one of her servants teach her. And one of the first things that she told Khaleesi was, well, she asked her a question. She said, "Are you a slave, Khaleesi?" "No." "Then do not fuck like a slave." And that was very sound advice, right? Because if you notice, like, whenever she would be intimate with him, it would be, she would turn away, she would close her eyes, she would kind of not really be as intimate as sex can bring someone. Sex is more than just penetration. It's intimate. It's a way to share with your partner your feelings, your emotions. It's also a form of manifestation if you can do it right, but it's a way to connect with that person. For a lot of you, you have never actually, and this is for most women actually, you have never actually been fully intimate with someone. Intimacy can be formed through the eyes. When you look at someone, when you allow them in. So a lot of you guys have had sex before or fucked before, but you never like made love. And this is a channeled message because it's like, potentially the next partner that you get, you're gonna have an opportunity to learn, or you guys are about to go into this whole like sexual exploration for yourself and take back those intimate moments from yourself, from maybe more traumatic seasons in your life where you didn't feel as confident in the bedroom, or you had partners that weren't, you know, gentle with you. Or for some of you guys, like, it may have been something a little bit more traumatic, like SA. I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but what I mean by that is, when you go through moments like that, when you go through a season in your life where you feel like your sexual power was taken from you, it's a part of a woman's rite of passage to claim, or, you know, reclaim her sexual power or discover it for the first time. It's a part of her rite of passage to claim those intimate parts of herself. So, you know, like I said, for some of you, if you do resonate with, you know, sexual assault, first and foremost, that's never okay, obviously. And I'm sorry that those moments happened to you. For some of you all, I'm sorry that's the first experience you ever had regarding sex. But you have now the power to reclaim that, and you're coming up on a point in your life where you're starting to understand just how you want to take that power back for yourself. So for some of you, like I mentioned, you may manifest a partner that you can learn and do all of these things with and express yourself in that way. Or you may just be going into a season of reclaiming your own sexual power and becoming more confident in the bedroom and allowing yourself to, like, have sex, casual sex for the first time, or, you know, whatever. And just learning how you want to be pleased and how you want to show up. And I got this message essentially from a particular sex position, which is how a woman rides. And this is a freaky deaky message, so this is between us. But I got the vision of what it looks like for a woman to mount a man. And it connects to the Game of Thrones, right? Like how essentially it started off with Count Drogo just, getting on top of her. But towards the end, when she started to reclaim her power for herself and started actually, taking back pleasure for herself, which is also a big thing, right? In some cases, it's almost like whenever you showed up in the bedroom, the main thing was pleasing your partner, and you never really got satisfied before in the past. And meaning, like, some of you have never even came before. No, some of you have never actually climaxed from a partner before. So, a lot of that has to do with learning what is pleasing to you, what actually feels good. But let me circle back around, right? So for some of you guys, it's like when Khaleesi finally wanted to take the power back for herself, it went from her just kind of laying down on her back to now like getting on top of him and learning how to like what feels good, what feels sexy, what feels. So let's say, for example, for a lot of you guys, it's customary for you to just please the man, right? Or just please the woman, or just make sure that they finish. You're about to step into your sexual power to where it's like, no, now I want to get a better understanding of what I like. And I want to explore what that looks like with another partner. Because for some of you guys, it may have, a lot of you all have been through a celibacy journey and have gone and have been celibate for a really long time now. So it's just been you and maybe your toy, or you and maybe like jacking off, whatever. And nothing wrong with that. But it's coming up on a time where it's like, okay, this toy, this type of stimulation isn't working for me anymore. And it's because you're starting to crave intimacy, and that's not for no reason. Like I mentioned, for some of you guys, this is just you taking your power back and feeling more comfortable with sharing your body with not just anyone, because throughout the celibacy journey, you learn how to value yourself and how to be very discerning with who you're going to give that energy to. So I doubt very strongly that it's just going to be like, oh, let me find this random partner and find this. Like, you're not just going to go on a fucking spree, literally. It's most likely going to be like finding or just being more open to exploring that side of yourself. And it's a very curious thing that happens when you start to open yourself up in that way. You start to attract people on that vibration. So it's almost like if you decide, for example, to go that route. You know what's funny? I'm gonna finish this shadow message, but I'm gonna circle back around to that. It's almost like for some of you guys, you're gonna try to do like casual sex. You're gonna meet someone that you vet out, because for a lot of you guys, if you're anything like me, it's like, no, I don't do casual sex. I need to at least know who you are. So for some of you guys, you're gonna end up coming into alignment with someone that you vet out. You've gone through the things. For some of you guys, if you're anything like me, you asked him for the medical records. You found out that he's clean. You trust him. You check them STDs, STIs. He's clean. He's a good partner. I mean, obviously you're still going to use protection, but peace of mind. And you're like, okay, yeah, this is the guy that I want to have like intimacy with. I want to open myself up with. And the funny thing about it, and this is why I laugh, for some of you guys, this is going to be very new to you. And a lot of you are going to come into a partner that you think you're going to have casual sex with, and this man is going to wife you the fuck up. This shit is crazy because you're not that type. I'm sorry. Okay, no, now granted, you taking your sexual power back has still a lot to do with, you still exploring your body, exploring yourself, and still opening up in that. And that's fine. That's absolutely still possible if that's what you want to do. But you have to remember, like, your divine spirit can't just mingle with casual spirits. Especially with you going through a celibacy journey. For a lot of you guys, your celibacy journey was linked to your spiritual journey. So you're going through these, like, pivotal shifts regarding what you believe you want, what you know you want, and, like, just getting more intimate with yourself and knowing what pleases you. So for a lot of you guys, you're about to go into a situation where you manifest someone that you're like, okay, well, I just want to have sex. I kind of want to just explore myself, explore my body. And keep in mind, you're still a very divine being. So even the casual partners that you manifest still have to be approved by the divine. So for some of you guys, you're going to end up manifesting a partner, right? That you think you're like, oh, let me just keep it casual. Let me just do this. Let me just do that. But unbeknownst to you, you're probably going to end up like in a serious committed relationship with this person. You're going to end up like actually committed to this person because like you're not someone's booty call, like, and you've never been that, you've never gave that. You're someone's wife. So it's going to be very interesting how the relationship starts off. If you're like, oh, let me just keep it casual, this is a new thing for me, let me just I'm kind of ready to but granted, like, this is a very new thing for you, and you don't feel comfortable to just open yourself up to just anyone like that. So I think God is going to do a little bit of a like trickaroo on you. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to be like, oh, okay, you want sex, huh? And now granted, you can also manifest like just little sex partners. That's a thing as well. But what I mean is like who you end up having this sexual connection with is more than likely also going to end up being the person that you end up with, period. But the whole channeled message itself is not about the partner. It's about you taking your sexual power back. And that also correlates to taking your, just your power back, your sexual power back. And it's going to go from you showing up in the bedroom as this kind of shy, timid, or, whatever, to learning your body, knowing what you like, and now showing up in the bedroom in this whole sexy, like, powerful. Some of you guys like role play, like you're gonna step into like this sexual goddess energy, to where like if you were like shy and timid before and like, oh no, I don't want to I don't know, or like how you are in the bedroom, it's gonna be different when you step into this confidence. So it's gonna be a little interesting. It's gonna get a little spicy because again, for a lot of you guys, like, you just haven't had the right partner to feel safe enough to express your sexual side. So this is gonna be new for you, and it like the way you open yourself up, the way you like it's gonna go from like I mentioned, for some of you guys it's like, oh, I don't like, just this kind of like shy, or like you've gotten better with time, right? You're not just granted, with how long your celibacy journey has been, maybe some of you feel like reborn virgins, but you're not new to this, so you have your ways of how you show up in the bedroom. But this is going to be a little different now, because you're like, oh, let me try this, because now it's no longer just about pleasing them. It's about now integrating the fact that you want to be pleased as well, and that is going to trickle off in so many different areas of your life, including your sexual life. So you're gonna go from like this, like, okay, let me just please him or please her, to now stepping into this energy where it's like, no, this is what I like. And a lot of you guys are gonna start being more vocal. Some of you guys are gonna like talk people through it. Like, some of you guys, like, you're gonna get so in tune with your sensual energy that it's like the intimacy level in your eyes, like, oh, I'm reminded of this story that they talked about in Game of Thrones, where she was saying, like, she was talking about this former like queen or goddess or something, and how men would come from all over the world just to come and see her, and she was so in tune with her intimacy or her femininity, that it was like she could make men climax just by looking at them. Like, that's some powerful shit for your ass. Like, I'm telling you, like, you're about to reclaim your sexual power in a way that's like gonna be so true, and it's gonna flow so well with you. Like, it's gonna be nice because you get to finally be yourself in the bedroom just as much as you're learning how to be yourself outside of that. And I love that for you.